Hey guys, this is Luke from the Scoundrels Cantina, and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars set review with an upgrade to it. In this video, I'll be reviewing the Jedi Defender Class Cruiser set, whose number is 75025. It is most notably seen in the Star Wars The Old Republic MMORPG game, where you can own the ship by playing a Jedi Knight or a Jedi Consular. This set is probably one of the most precious I own, due to the fact that LEGO only made 5 Old Republic sets in total, and as you guys can see, we're huge fans of the Old Republic era. Let's hope that there will be more sets from that era in the future. The ones I personally want to see the most are the Hammerhead Cruiser or Hammerhead Corvette, a Rendaran class shuttle, a Herola class dreadnought, and the Ebon Hawk. Anyway, if this is your first time watching one of our videos, be sure to check out this video in which we explain our personal headcanon view on all of Star Wars. The link will be in the description down below. First off, I'll be going over the minifigs, then I'll get to the upgraded set review. So without further interruption, let's begin. The first minifigure up is a regular Sith Trooper, which compared to others has leg printing, which is really nice. He also has the same face as all other Sith Troopers from other Old Republic sets. All in all, this is a very accurate minifigure to the real thing, as you can see by this picture. Now here's also a look at him from the back. Keep in mind that LEGO didn't do the version of the Trooper with the antenna thingy at the back, which is completely fine, because we prefer it this way in LEGO at least. The next minifigure up is simply called the Sith Warrior and sadly has no actual name, but lucky for you we're huge nerds and can tell you the minifig's origins. Basically the torso, arms and legs are taken from Darth Skosha, who is from the game of course, and the headpiece is from Darth Nox and his ancestor Calig. The dark red hood is just something they added to make him look way cooler. Another very nice addition is that he gets 2 black-hilted red lightsabers, which signifies that he is specifically a Sith Marauder, which is a subclass of the Sith Warrior. Basically everything this minifigure has on him is a wearable item in the game, even though some actual characters have them as well. The same applies for the next 2 Jedi minifigures. All in all, this is an awesome minifigure, and now let's move on to the next one. Next up is the Jedi Consular, which also has no specific name, which is very similarly looking to Luminara Unduli as both the LEGO minifigure and the actual in-universe character. I don't know about any characters in the Old Republic looking like this exactly, but some Consulars can get similar armor to this. I really like how they chose the Myrilian species for the LEGO minifigure because it always suited the Jedi Consulars. Another thing about this minifigure is that its subclass is a Jedi Shadow since it has a double-bladed lightsaber. The green lightsaber blades are also something mostly seen by Consulars in the Old Republic era. From all the Old Republic sets, there was not one minifigure that wasn't absolutely nailed, including this one. Now the last minifigure up is the Zabrak Jedi Knight, who has the 2 other minifigs, apart from the Sith Trooper, doesn't have an actual name. He has a blue-bladed lightsaber, which as you probably already know, signifies him as a Jedi Knight, or more specifically, a Jedi Guardian. Another thing are his torso and legs, which are classified as heavy armor in the game, which the other subclass to the Jedi Knight, the Jedi Sentinel, cannot wear, making this minifigure 100% a Jedi Guardian. In universe, the rules on who has what colored lightsaber blade is not set in stone, which means that anyone can have any color or that sometimes their colors actually show what their chosen path is. Why I'm mentioning this is because there is a Jedi Guardian called Keo Sindarich, of whom this minifigure is based on, who has a green bladed lightsaber. Basically, if you want to have Keo Sindarich in LEGO, this guy is it, and you just change the color of his saber. By the way, if you want to see Keo's actual story, the link will be in the description down below. Anyway, here's a 360 look at him, and all I can say is that that is one of my favorite prints on the Jedi, as well as one of my favorite designs in the Star Wars universe. Now let's move on to the upgraded set itself. The real name of this ship is the Defender Class Light Corvette, which is heavily used by the Jedi in the Old Republic era, just as the Jedi in the Clone Wars love to use Delta Class starfighters. The size of the ship in LEGO is not really accurate due to it being about the size of the Millennium Falcon in universe. This ship really reminds me of the Hammerhead Cruiser because of the front parts of the ship, which are in this case horizontal. Starting off with the front, we have the bridge, which is actually supposed to be where the upper yellow panels are, while the rest of the Hammerhead consists of other rooms and stuff like that. It's very well designed here in the front, with all the slope pieces, as well as the blue lightsaber ones, to get that actual look of it. On both sides of the Hammerhead, there are turrets, which are actually the awful feature that is the flick fire missiles. Compared to the original, I just added a light blue stud there. Underneath the bridge, you can pull this ramp down, which leads to the entrance or exit of the ship. I just added an extra yellow piece there to fill it up a bit. On top of the hammerhead, I basically changed almost all the parts, especially in the actual middle, as you can see compared to what it used to look like. I basically added slopes that better suited the area, as well as way more light grey and dark red tiles. Anyway, the two sides of the hammerhead can open up like this, and inside you basically have room for at least 4 minifigs, although it's actually meant for only the 2 Jedi. You can basically put them in their seats while they look at the control panel in front of them. Technically, there is space for more things inside, like some crates or whatever you want to add. In this upgrade, I simply focused more on the outside and even took some pieces from the inside which I needed for other things, although it still looks okay, just as it did in the original. Now moving on to the middle of the ship, you can pick it up with this handle that comes out, which is really sturdy and well designed for the playability of the set, not to mention that it adds to the look of the ship. As you can see around this area, I added more dark red tile pieces to fill it in where it felt empty, as well as replace some grey pieces with the red ones. Now we have the antenna, which is accurately done to the original, as you can see on this picture, although I added a bit more dark red slopes to it, as well as a grey piece on the top. Now regarding the sides of the ship, I changed the dark grey pieces to make them look more accurate to the original, as well as to not leave big gaps in between the light grey pieces which the original set had. I also added a bit more dark grey tile pieces to this part to make it look better. Now here we have the 2 escape pods, from which I removed a few light blue pieces because I needed them for something else, but added 2 light blue studs on each side of the escape pod. The pods can be completely ejected, aka taken out, as well as opened, in which you have a seat and a small control panel for extra details. In between the escape pods there is this middle part which represents the biggest room in the ship, where you get your mission briefing and stuff like that in the game. It's accurate especially because of the light blue stickers on the sides. I added light grey slopes and tiles on top of it, and I think it looks better than you used to. Now here's the backside of the main briefing room, where I completely changed the way the slopes go because it didn't look accurate to the actual ship. While changing it, I added red tile pieces where it used to look like as if something was missing, as well as the 1x1s at the very edge of the back of the ship. On the sides of the back part of the ship, I changed it to be more filled with dark grey pieces, the same way I did on the other sides of the escape pods. At the very back are the huge engines, which of course had to have the clone turbo tank wheel pieces, which is awesome. I only added very minor things around the engines, but it's not very visible. That basically means that it's very good back there, since I almost changed nothing. In between the engines there is a hatch that can open up from both the upper and lower part, in which you can add anything, although the original set had a crate inside it, which I used for something else. This set also has landing legs, which is accurate to the original, and I changed nothing on them as well, because there is no need for it. All in all, great set, great features, and the minifigs are simply the best, especially if you're an Old Republic fan like we are. Anyway guys, this is it on the set review, and I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to check out our other videos and subscribe. The links to the playlist for our other set reviews will be in the description down below, as well as the playlist to our mock reviews and custom minifigure builds. Before I end this, be sure to check out my room tour video, in which you can see my whole LEGO Star Wars collection, and after you watch it, tell us in the comments down below what you want us to review next. The link for it is also in the description, and I hope you enjoyed the slideshow now at the end. Anyway, remember guys, God is awesome, may the Force be with you always, and we'll see you in another video. You Rebel Scum. Have an awesome day, bye bye.